provided 2 referees on your CV. One of them says you are opinionated. What do you say to that?
Mr. Chairman, I don't share in that view because I'm not.
But you provided his name, not us. You provided the name of an individual to be your referee for the purposes of this vetting. And the person says you are opinionated when the records of his knowledge of you was sought. And you are challenging that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, if I have to respond, I would say that, as it is said, opinion is something that that's how people see things. So if that is how we send it, I will also assess myself and try to do the right thing.
Yeah, but he has worked with you, and you, for all the people in the world, you felt that these are people who know you well. Are you suggesting that you have a disagreement with the view expressed that you opinionated?
Mr. Chairman, as I earlier said, that is the view somebody has seen and actually...
Not somebody, your own referee.
So that is the view my referee has shared. I have actually taken notes.
I take it in good faith. Say so.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. So continue. I'm aiding you with the phrase. I take it in good faith.
So, Mr. Chairman, I take it in good faith.
You're going to be a deputy minister. Your substantive minister is very assertive. If you carry this opinionated posture to him, you will suffer. I've been in government before. You'll be reading newspapers. That is why I want you to have the opportunity of, making a statement on that. Because this is coming from your own referee. You want to be the deputy minister who will be reading newspapers? Is that what you want?
No, Mr. Chairman.
What do you say to this reference, character reference position that you opinionated? The nation is listening to you. Your minister is listening to you.
Mr. Chairman, as I earlier indicated, I take it in good faith, and I'll try and work towards it.
You are, however, also described as being a go-getter, responsible and diligent. What assurances have you to your minister regarding these positive traits?
Mr. Chairman, I assure my minister that I'm going to employ all the traits.
Now, Asen Gomwa Brofredu, where is that located? Is it the one on the Straight Road, or that's differently located elsewhere?
Mr. Chairman, that is on the Ankamud Mankasim Road.
And that's where Daddy comes from, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you don't come from there, do you?
Mr. Chairman, I come from Gomwa Sempin. That is my mother's hometown.
Now, what is the state of the roads in Gomwa? What did you say? Sempini? Asempini. Answer me in Gomwa. Your response to this question should be in Gomwa.
Hold on. Yes. Hold on a second.
This has to do with constituency.
Honorable Leader, go the local language way. May I also remind you that our standing orders suggest that it's translated so that it can be captured in the report.
Very well.
Otherwise, it will not be in the report.
So what is your option? No, Chairman. We can assist in the translation. Otherwise, the record can be transcribed. For that to be done, it's not a problem at all. I mean, this is to the nation. Brofuno ya doso. Inti yeze ifrefrema. then his constituents. Once when there, a oba hano, gumuyampa, or to gumwa, onyimwan how, and all that. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. We shouldn't have a problem. What I'm saying is that I want him to speak. Hajia, when I got somebody to speak Hausa, you see, Hajia, when I got somebody to speak your language, they spoke, say Wale, and then spoke Hausa, you were so happy. Now you're saying that what did leader say? Did you translate that, the other ones? Very well. I was basically saying that when he gets opportunities to speak his mother tongue, those constituents will know that one of their own is here, and the necessary inspiration could be drawn. And there's a need for us to spice it, this whole process with our Ghanaian language. Enough of the brofu, and all that. Yeah.
Leader, I do agree with you absolutely. What I'm saying is, if Honorable does that, I would like him to have it in English so that it can be captured in the report. That's basically.
Chairman, you are a good man. There's no problem at all.
All right. Okay. So please go ahead.
Go ahead and answer that in Gomwa.
Thank
you are not
Mr.
going
Chairman.
to speak Fanti. You are going to speak Gomwa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Mikro Mukwain, Fiti Chirinkwanta, Rekwa Sempenyin, Ukwain Wongudu da.
O constituency hona nkasa nyina Gomwa West. Akwan to the entire constituency. Akwan to the
Gomwa West.
Hold on, leader. I don't want to be doing this, but your question, which is being asked in Fanti or Gomwa, for us to know the questions you are asking, for which he is providing answers for, we would like to have your question that you ask in English as well.
What is the state of your roads in the constituency, Gomwa West constituency?
Mr. Chairman, Gomwa Akwain ni nyinara nye.
I get you. Now, within the past 8 years, referring to the Akufo-Addo administration, were some of the roads done?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
English, please, leader, before he answers.
Yeah, I said it in English.
You said, is it the same one? I thought you said
the second.
So you can,
Okay.
Okay.
So you also do it in English so that we can capture the conversation.
Mr. Chairman, within the last 8 years, a section of the Gomwa Ankamo to Gomwa Isikuma Road, just about 3 kilometers of it was started. This is a 15-kilometer road, but about 3 kilometers was started.
Are there some ongoing projects in terms of the road, ongoing road construction that the contractors are yet to complete?
Mr. Chairman, all roads that were started even in 2020 were not completed. They were all abandoned. However, in the last 2 weeks, the Gomwa Asen Township Road, the contractor has returned to site and is working on it.
Can you say that in your mother tongue, that answer?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Messi, from 2020, Akwanya, every 2020, Akwanya, Abansha say ordinance kind, a bit today, Mankwadi Road, Abrekum Road, Ankamu de Rampon Road, Asen Township Road, the Markin in Yinara, contractors in Wufido Sanda Ben with Chawaka. Nemum, a year now to be able to say me, and a year contractor was Asen Township Road on the Wakodori and Wujuma, Australia, which are the company, which may good order mine.
So this contractor who is back on your road is still yet to be paid, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Your first term as a member of parliament, what were some of the support you received from government for your constituents? Say that in your mother tongue.
Mr. Chairman, my first term in Parliament, I buy them war my constituency. My common fan, I buy UTI, the member of Parliament. Ne brown, Biara also to the UTI, UTI. The common fan, on ban ne brown. Internet, and then Mamma Sakaya, common fund, educational fund, a year gets fund, and a year health insurance, social intervention. And then the Biara said, Oban. Mr. Kan be Mabdi Juma, Ogumawes.
Honorable nominee, if you don't say what you've just said in English, it will not be captured. That's your choice, basically.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I indicated that during my tenure, my first tenure, the support I received from government was basically the common fund, the District Assembly Common Fund, the GETS Fund, the NHI Fund, and then the Social Intervention Fund.
Please share with us the projects you undertook with this support.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, within my 4 years tenure, every community in Gumwa West, I undertook some projects there. Some has to do with support for community center. Some has to do with school renovation. I also did even some chip compound that I started, some health facilities that I renovated, some health equipment I supplied, and then support to students, and then other young people, support to start business, and then for training.
Did you receive street lights from the Ministry of Energy?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Yes, Honorable Chairman, I did receive street lights.
Year on year or just once?
Mr. Chairman, I received 3 times.
And these street lights, Honorable Petu, respectfully, the member who says he received 3 times, and you are saying twice, are you the one who received it? These things must stop. You are not the one I'm posing a question to. He says he received 3 times on oath. You are sitting there saying that twice. I mean, why this? Please. He's capable of answering his questions.
Honorable Leader, your point is well taken. Please,
Honorable,
members.
If you're a friend of the committee, Chairman,
please,
you should advise.
There's one meeting, one vetting. And it is the responsibility of the nominee to answer the questions that is being asked. And honorable members should know better and know the rules that the honorable nominee is capable of answering the questions that are put to him. So I will urge you to stay away from communicating with the nominee because the nominee is on the oath. Thank you. Leader, please continue.
So the support in terms of street lights from the Energy Ministry is not part of the Common Fund, GET Fund, NHI support, as well as the SIF support. It's not part of those you listed earlier, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Correct. Honorable nominee, you have stated as hobbies reading, traveling, and teaching. Let's stay a bit on reading. When you say reading, what and what do you read?
Mr. Chairman, I read any literature that I actually, that comes to me, I read them.
No particular interest?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Can you share with us any book you've read and lessons you've learned from that? The title of the book and the story and what you've learned out of it.
Mr. Chairman, I read Things Fall Apart by Chenua Achebe.
What lessons did you learn from Things Fall Apart? But before the lessons you learned, just share with us a summary of Things Fall Apart.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There's one interesting thing I learned in the Things Fall Apart. The summary. Mr. Chairman, I learned about the character. The summary, I would actually put it around the character of Okonkwo.
When did you read Chenua Achebe? I just want to know when you read that. Yeah.
Chairman.
No. Answer the question, but I want to know how long ago did you read this, Chenua Achebe? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I read Chenua Achebe some 5 years ago. However, when I became a member of Parliament, I have been doing so much reading, so I don't get time to do the regular reading that I used to do, because I have to read other stuffs and also have some academic work along the line too.
You must have some memory of what the
Have you taken over?
I haven't taken over. I have just come in. Leader, I haven't taken over. I just want to substantiate what is just said. And I'm saying that if you read it about 5 years ago, that will determine your recollection, unless maybe you have a, what is it called, a photo, yeah. But answer the question so that we'll know how simple or how you struggle to recollect things. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. So that is where I said there's one section of Chenua Achebe's book which I took very much interest in, and has to do with how we see people who come around us. It talked about when you do an invitation and you bring people together to actually feed them. It doesn't mean that they cannot buy food for themselves, but it's actually for the good of it. So as a person, I believe that any time that you get people to come around you, it is not because they want something from you, but actually to show solidarity and also to portray our culture as Africans and that receptive life that we live.
You earlier referred to Okonkwo. What have you to tell us about Okonkwo?
Mr. Chairman, I just indicated that Okonkwo's love for people and the quest to always bring people around him is something that I have learned from him.
You mean Okonkwo's love for people and to... Oh, say it again.
Mr. Chairman, I said Okonkwo's receptive life that is always bringing people together is to show love to them. It's something that I also have learned.
That is what Okonkwo, that's how Okonkwo is portrayed in Things Fall Apart. You mean the book written by Chinua Achebe? Would you want to have an opportunity to refreshing your memory now, or will you prefer that you stay clear of this Chinua Achebe book? Since it's been 5 years since you said you read it 5 years ago. I can move away from it if you don't immediately recollect. Do you remember anything about bravery?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I do.
And that bravery is associated with who?
It's associated with Okonkwo.
Now you are back home. But this love for people and all, anyway. You said 5 years ago, so it's okay. At least you remember the bravery part of Okonkwo. The chairman says that perhaps you refreshing your memory,
Yes,
and after this vetting, you
I
come
grant you the leave to go and refresh your memory and meet a leader, a week or 3 weeks later to have a private discussion with him on Okonkwo. So I will urge leader to move away from the Okonkwo subject. Thank you, leader.
They said a man's skin must be rough. His smile must be brief. You remember that one?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
You remember that one?
Yes, sir.
And his food must be what?
I don't remember that part.
Okay. So keep that one in mind. Was Okonkwo very proud of his dad?
Mr. Chairman, kindly come again.
Was Okonkwo proud of his dad, the man who gave birth to him?
No, he wasn't.
Why?
He felt his father was weak. He felt his father didn't exhibit the bravery of a man.
Oh, now you are back home. You see, I'm bringing you, but now you have got into your comfort zone. So after I wasn't being hard on you. All right? So, having read Okonkwo's, having read Chinua Achebe and Things Fall Apart, what have you to share with the youth regarding the lessons you learned from Things Fall Apart? Things fall apart, the center cannot hold, the falcon cannot hear the falconer.
Leader, I think I appeal to you on the Okonkwo issue. But since you are Okonkwo, I just want to tell you that in the same Okonkwo, it says wisdom is like a goat skin bag. Each man carries his own. That's by Okonkwo. So take a cue from that.
Chairman, this nominee doesn't need to be helped. He's capable. Just don't worry yourself much. He's my junior brother, and he knows that I won't put him in harm's way. I just want him to demonstrate his ability to withstand the pressures of public life. It is your first time, correct? Your first time in public life, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Have you done any business of your own and on your own, proud to occupying this high office? Yes, no?
Yes.
Tell us about that business.
Mr. Chairman, I am actually, before coming to Parliament, I worked as a corporate executive in the downstream oil sector. Along the line, I had some personal businesses in the sector.
What were those personal businesses?
Mr. Chairman, I had some retail outlets and do petroleum transportation.
Retail, did you register those businesses? Those retail outlets business, did you register them?
Mr. Chairman.
Did you, sorry, let me put it correct, rightly. Did you register an entity to do a business in this country? Sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability company. Which of these did you do your business under?
Mr. Chairman, my business I did before coming to Parliament was solely, I do build and then lease out the property. So it was purely
Wait. Mr. Richard John Mensah, wait. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Proud to this your current position, are you able to share with us any business that you had initiated, done on your own, not working for somebody, your own business?
Mr. Chairman, I did business as a dealer with my company with a notice of my chief executive.
Right, so let's deal with the dealer. As a dealer, which entity did you register for the purpose of the dealership? Was it a limited liability company, a partnership company, or sole proprietorship?
Mr. Chairman, I did it as a personal business, which wasn't registered.
Meaning you didn't pay taxes?
Mr. Chairman, I paid my taxes as part of my personal taxes. All taxes were paid.
So, which year, from which year to which year are you referring to? Which period did you pay those taxes? So, you mean the profit you made on those dealership business, the retail outlets selling petroleum products, you earn some profit and pay taxes on, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
From which period to which period?
Mr. Chairman, I did up to 2020.
From when to 2020?
So, Mr. Chairman, the business is such that as a dealer, there's a margin that is given to you. As and when you make profit, it is paid. Within the period 2018 to 2020, that was when I was active in the business. But then the business had gone down.
No, not a problem. Pay attention to my question. I don't want us to stay too long. So, you did that business between 2018 and 2020, correct?
Mr. Chairman, that was when I was actively involved in it.
That's fine. So, if we give you the opportunity, would you be able to furnish us with the taxes you paid on those business within that period? Not now, before your confirmation. Can we have those taxes to include in our report?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Leader, you need a leave from me for that.
Sorry. I agree. Chairman, thank you so much. Yes. So, but he's answered us that he will make that available.
Right. Since he's answered, granted. Okay. After your answer.
And then you were also talking about building and selling. So explain that business to us as well.
Mr. Chairman, it's not a housing building. It's the same retail business because you have to build before you can be given the dealership.
Build what?
I'm saying that the retail, I didn't say I was selling. So now that I am a member of parliament, I cannot actively take part in the retail business. So I actually lease it out for somebody to operate.
And you mean building a retail outlet, filling station, you have not registered it? Is that what you are telling the country? That you build a retail outlet, doing dealership, filling station, and it is not a registered entity? That's what you want to tell the country?
Mr. Chairman, retail outlets can be registered in a person's name.
You have it registered in your name.
I mean, sorry, Mr. Chairman, you can actually get a permit of a retail outlet in your name.
Yes, so all the retail outlets that you built, you have them in your name, correct?
Mr. Chairman, I have one retail outlet in my name.
When did you get that permit?
I took the permit in 2016.
And you have that permit still with you?
So, Mr. Chairman, currently it is not run by me. Permit every year annually is renewed. So the current operator will actually register the permit in the name of the operator.
So, with the leave of the chairman, we'll be happy you furnish us with the very permit that you had in your name at a later date, since you may not have it here.
Very well. Honorable Ami, please answer as I have given you the leave.
So, Mr. Chairman, my old permits in my name are still, I still have them. Even though some, mostly when you do, the permit is given to you, it is kept at the station. So I have to actually call for it.
So this program you call Master of Arts, Energy Law, what does it entail?
Mr. Chairman, it actually deals with the whole energy sector, that is the downstream, the upstream, and then electricity.
Proud to you joining the NDC fraternity. Were you an MPP member?
Mr. Chairman, I have never been a member of the MPP and I've never bear a card of MPP.
You've never borne a card, you mean?
Never.
Okay. So, so you were not a card-bearing member of the NPP, proud to join NDC?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Now, one of your referees says that when you were in school, you were paying the fees for some of your colleagues who were struggling with their fees. You must be a man who embraces charity, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. When I was doing my first master's program, I used to support my colleagues.
And your constituents, with you going to the energy sector, should expect more, correct?
Mr. Chairman, my constituents know that I'm someone that if I have every opportunity, I will help.
So they should expect more, correct?
Mr. Chairman, I'll ask my constituents to be moderate because the economy, the economy that we have now. No, not. We are talking about money economy, not. I'm talking about the money pocket economy.
Explain what you mean by money economy.
When I say money economy, it's the money in your pocket. So there's not much money in my pocket, so I want them to be.
No. I'm not talking about now. Now they will believe you, but they would understand you. Now that you have not entered the energy ministry, but you are going there, you're going to be a board member here, there, deputy energy minister. You're saying that they should moderate? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Should every constituent in need expect your support to the extent that you can provide, irrespective of partisan colors?
Mr. Chairman, this is something I have done even when I was not a member of parliament. But as I always say that it is as and when I have it available, I would always make sure that, irrespective of your party affiliation, I'll give any needed support.
Some constituents who were interviewed as part of the due diligence we did claim that sometimes you are not reachable. It's a general sin that all of us cannot escape. What assurances have you for them that you would have a system in place for you to be reached?
Mr. Chairman, I have noted this. However, Mr. Chairman, I have a system, even when you call and you don't get me. Before midnight, I return every call that I have missed within the day. Maybe when I call the person back and then he doesn't, his line is also not active, I may lose that opportunity. However, getting into this position, I know there will be a lot of calls beside the work I have. I'll put in place mechanism that would make sure that I'm able to reach out to my people.
Let's deal with ECG. You earlier said that ECD needs to be privatized. Explain the form of privatization you are suggesting for ECG.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the whole involvement of the private sector in the ECG, I am not privy to it. I was only sharing a view that we may look at the billing and then the metering system and also the collection, that we can engage a private sector, at least to ensure that some inefficiencies in the system, they can help us plug it.
So you believe that there are inefficiencies at ECG, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Can you share some of the inefficiencies?
So, Mr. Chairman, as also a consumer of power, and then having been a member of parliament, there are places I've been to that people have complained that they have meters, but nobody comes for the bills. So sometimes you'll be there for 3 years, and then they come with a huge bill, which the people are unable to pay. I think this is also some of the inefficiencies that I've identified.
Would you agree to a suggestion to the effect that there must be prepaid meters across board? Every ECG consumer must be given a prepaid meter.
Mr. Chairman, I do agree that prepaid meters should actually be installed, at least to help curtail some of the losses that we record.
How proactive would this be considered? Because it's a major drain on us as a country. I hope you know that.
Chairman, I just want to find out if the meters, the ECG prepaid meters, is a drain, or the absence of it is a drain to our coffers.
Well, you said earlier that there's a problem with the billing system. And sometimes it takes a year or more, somebody has not been billed. There are all manner of illegal connections. People who are even billed sometimes do not pay. But if you have a prepaid system where through technology consumption is monitored, the inefficiency you are talking about can be addressed. That is what I am trying to ask you whether in that context you can assure us of a proactive approach in dealing with this situation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think that with the prepaid meter being installed across the country is a very good step. However, it's one thing installing the prepaid, is another thing also people even getting the opportunity when it comes to paying or even buying the paying advance, because there are instances where people have to go and queue before they can buy credits.
No, we've passed that stage long ago, Honorable. Don't take us back. I mean, the queuing for credit, where your credits get exhausted, you finish, and you have to sleep in darkness till the next morning, unless you are not in Ghana. Don't take us back. There's nothing like queuing. Please be up to date. Bring your attention to this engagement. And don't generalize. Bring your attention to this engagement. I'm laying sufficient foundation to guide you. But don't talk about a situation where people queue. That era is way gone. We don't queue to buy prepaid credits, units, they call it, and all that. So please, Honorable, you buy from your phone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know in my house in the constituency, I buy on the phone. In my house in Accra, we go to the vendor and pay for it. That is the issue that I'm actually pointing out.
But so don't say there's queuing. There's nothing like queuing for whatever you want to describe it, but there's nothing like that. I mean, it's a matter of fact. Only yesterday, I was chairing that board. So you are going there. Don't let us create a certain impression. However, Honorable, there's something I would want to share, and it's for you. This is not a question. You see, we as a political class, I believe that the way we act, the public servants, the civil servants, watch us and sometimes they laugh. We say all manner of things about ourselves, and we go and meet a system that we are unable to implement. And even where we want to implement a new, policy, there is a certain level of resistance, and it becomes political. Today, you are hearing of ECG importing items, and those items staying at the port for a long time, and in the end, customs will confiscate, sell to individuals, and they resell to ECG. I hope you've heard that story.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But the little investigation I did, at the time I assumed the chair in July, when this thing came to our attention, was that the same setup will tell the political head that, oh, this is the system already there. And when you want to disturb it, they would either use a union or use the media to frustrate you. Then when things go bad, it's the same politician. I'm sharing this with you for you to be fortified well enough so that when you get there, you will be bold to lead real reforms in that sector, because only one deputy minister is going to support the sector minister. So you have a lot of responsibilities. So if you are not assertive, you spend your time there come back, and it's the same political football. Is an advice well taken?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I tried it at Ghana Water. I rather became the victim. And it makes me sad as a politician because we don't lend support to each other for real reform. So the time comes, election, and the structural defects, the inefficiencies become the subject matter of campaign.